Channel 7 presents recorded highlights from the 1963 Armstrong 500 held at the Mt Panorama Circuit, Bathurst, New South Wales.
Few seconds to go, 5 seconds to go. Fumes coming out of every exhaust, the flag's raised. There they go, into the first corner. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting to watch. Let's see who's first out. Looks like Needham's Lark is first into the corner. Needham's Lark first round the corner, followed by David Mackay on the Velox. After that, I think it looks like the S4, followed by Elwyn Rose and the Valiant. No accidents, everybody round nice and clean. Somebody's run up in the inside, but no troubles. The Herald last to get round, and as they go up the corner now, look at that bunch cars. Looks like Pitt Street on a Friday night. We'll have a few trees coming across the scene. That's unavoidable, but you'll be able to see the cars from most positions. It's going to be interesting to see who comes out round Enegol cutting first, but it was definitely Needham and the Lark who got away ahead of David Mackay in the Velox, followed by the S4 and then Elwyn Rose.
Up the way to the first cutting, it was Needham, who was a good 5 or 6 lengths in front after only 200 or 300 yards. He went off like a rocket, Dick.
Now here they are, the first car round Enegol. There they come.
It's Needham a long way in front at the moment, Dick. He's a good 100 yards in front of Mackay.
Well, there are the cars at the moment, Alan, coming through Enegol, going up toward Reed Park. I think we'll hold it there and just watch them all go through.
It's still Needham in front, as you can see there on your screen at the moment. Needham in the Studebaker Lark, a handy lead in front of Mackay, who's just coming into view. Our camera, however, is staying on Needham. Needham in the Studebaker Lark, tearing down Conrod Straight, past the orchards, and going very, very quickly indeed. There you can see Mackay chasing him down there and gaining on him now. Now here's an interesting duel in braking. The Studebaker leads the Velox.
Bert Needham's car really driven on this occasion by Warren Weldon.
And Mackay's taken him. Mackay's taken him and hit the front.
Right behind him is David Mackay, about 100 yards separating first and second. A similar distance further back to 14, John Junior in the S4 Holden. One of the other S4s, number 16, almost flat with the safety
now. It's still Needham, Mackay. They're coming through so quickly it's impossible to call them at the moment for you. Catch them all as they come round Conrod. Sorry, I put the mini miners back to 11th or 12th. Thanks, Alan, for bringing me up to position there. That's right. We must have them in their right place.
And Mackay's car sounded very bad as it went underneath us, Dick. It sounded very bad indeed.
Well, Mackay had trouble yesterday with his Vauxhall. I'm not sure that he did a dip in, but it certainly sounded like it, and it sounds as though he still may have trouble. Here comes 14C, another Holden, followed by Hilden Motors Holden, followed by another Holden, and Mackay has dropped back another couple of positions. We'll have a listen to the Vauxhall. I think he's coming into the pits. He is. Yes, David Mackay coming into the pits. And
well, this is a surprise, Dick. The first car in at the end of the 4th lap.
There it is. Well, we'll have a look and see what's going on, see if we can find out. Perhaps, Alan, you could watch that and see what they're doing, and I will try and keep an eye on the race.
Well, they're working feverishly on it at the moment.
Well, this will be worth watching. This is the first real pit activity we're going to have. Soon to make the Murray corner again. 3 little miners coming around here. Watch them together on the corner. three Morrises, one going up the escape road. Ooh, he got round and just at the last minute. That's the first little bit of a dice on the corner, Alan.
Yes, we've been waiting for somebody to come down here and go virtually shopping into Bathurst City. But that was the closest we've had. We're going to see some thrills, believe you me, here by the time these brakes get really hot after 500 miles on this grueling circuit.
That was Martin and Humphreys in the Bexley Service Station, total Morris Cooper.
This is Ken Sparks at Armstrong 500. I have with me Leo Gagan, who's been driving so well for the total team during the day. They've had their problems. And Leo, maybe you'd like to tell me what's happening at the moment with the total team.
Well, we did have a little bit of car trouble, unfortunately. Ian had to make a crash stop. The engine moved and the suspension moved, etc. And a couple of things had to be replaced and retightened.
But everything's going well again.
The car's going like a rocket. It's recorded the fastest time of the day so far. And it's bad luck, but those things happen in motor racing.
Some people have asked us what pure clean petrol means. Maybe you can explain it for us, Leo.
Well, from Total's point of view, it means that it is double filtered petrol. It has no additives at all. It is refined in a very expensive method, which gives you the purest, cleanest petrol, not needing the additives which a lot of other fuels apparently need.
Well, thank you very much, Leo Gagan, and you'll be hearing more reports on how the Total team's going. In the meantime, remember, use Total from your service station, and remember, Total gets results.
There's the scene with Mackay's motor car receiving attention. It is causing him a lot of concern, and I don't think the Velox is going to be seen very much longer. This is the second pit stop for it in 10 laps, so it looks as if something is quite serious there.
Well, here's the scene with all the small cars well bunched together. Vauxhall having a little bit of trouble trying to nose his way around the corner, but let's see. As they come round, it's a Studebaker, Lark Wright Studebaker comes through, then followed by a Volkswagen and the Humber together, then another Valiant, Volkswagen, and two small Morris Coopers. Another Morris Cooper and another Morris Cooper. There, the Coopers coming through, and here's 27B coming into the pits. 27B, P&R Williams, Stewart and Bolton's car, has come into the pit area.
By the surroundings, by the organisation, the whole thing is...
Oh, windscreen's gone. Yes, there it is. The crumbling windscreen being knocked out. He'll probably drive without it.
It'll be a pretty whole drive.
There they are, three together with another row of three immediately behind. And these... The leader's not far behind. Here it is, the leader's just gone past us in that bunched field. Let's have a look. We're looking at Hill Corner. Well, that's the leader just going round the corner now. That's the leader. And the other's just behind him. 20C it is. It's just gone round. It's a red Cortina, dark colour to you. There he is going up on the outside. See the Cortina there going up on the outside. It's the leader, and it's well ahead of the rest of the field. The other Cortina back, and then Needham's Lark and the Holden nicely positioned. Well, as you can see, the field is well scattered, well spread over the circuit. And here's a pit stop coming up for 30B. Coming into pits, that's the Delore Motors Morris Cooper from Newcastle. The Delore Motors car driven by the two Kellys. And this car did very well yesterday, lapping at 58 miles an hour. Now we've got two minis in the pits. 45B is just coming out. It's been in there for some time. Brown and Marshall. It's come out.
Like probably some brake trouble on that one too, Dick. I noticed that was the one that spun at Murray's Corner a few minutes ago, and the lap before it also had trouble negotiating that particular hazard. But he's back in the race now.
Macquarie Motors Volkswagen 57A has just come into the pits.
David Mackay just watching the mechanics. This is his fourth pit stop in under 18 laps. and it looks as if David's luck is certainly out today. Another one coming into the pits now, number 9D.
That's Kalara Motor Garage's Peugeot 404, driven by Bobby Holden.
Seems travelling quite well.
A tyre change, and there's the scene as we look down on the mountain, Mount Panorama, looking down on the road racing circuit here at Bathurst. We'll catch them very soon.
Only about 50 or 60 yards behind the valley as they come through. Pit straight we have Phil
Looks like 20C coming in now. Here's the Cortina right on the corner. Here it is, the first car round now. That's it, the leader. Will stay there and pick up the second one coming round. There's the leader going past Bob Jane, number 20. Here's the second Cortina now, the light one driven by Ian Gagan, just coming round. Will stay there and pick up third and fourth. They're coming down the hill fairly quickly now. Quite a number of cars. Oh, a Volkswagen. They're quickly running out of brakes, the Volkswagens. That's about the third that's had a dice on the corner. Just waiting for Needham to come round now. He's in fourth place, and he's coming down very fast down Conrod. Here's the Lark coming down Conrod now, and soon to be seen in the corner. Here it is, just coming into the picture. Needham's Lark in fourth place, in third place rather. The Holden is still to come. We'll wait for the Holden. Here it is now, coming down past the third braking disc. And here it comes there into the picture, light-coloured. Kevin Bartlett driving the Muir's Holden, and that's the fourth car in the event. These four cars going very well. We'll get some idea of the lead, Alan.
That is the end of lap 22. Lap 22 gone by the board for the four leaders. The two Cortinas, the Lark and the Holden. The best part of 3/4 of a mile now separating the first four vehicles.
You can become an honorary member of the Total Racing Team and get this free sticker. How? Simply by calling in and seeing your Total Service man and asking for the blue, white and red of the Total Racing Team, the famous tricolour taken to so many successes on the national Australian racing circuits. Frank Maddich, Leo Gagan and Ian Gagan, all members of the Total Racing Team, and you can be one too, simply by getting this free sticker, the blue, white and red of the Total Racing Team. Free Total Racing Team sticker from your Total dealer. And remember, Total gets results.
And now here's Alan Gibbons to bring you up to date with any further information he may have.
Well, whilst we're off the air, we did have a lot of fun when all cars throughout the race made a pit stop. Some of them have made many more. In the case of the leaders, it was really high pressure work from the pit crews, and in the case of number 21, they were out in about a minute and a half. However, when it came to Firth and Jane to change positions and refuel the car, they got the leading Cortina away in under a minute, and this gave them a terrific advantage. So much so that the Cortinas have gone a long way ahead now of the Studebaker running third. It was bad luck for the Holden, driven by Bill Reynolds, to blow that tyre and possibly cost him a minor place in this race. But to date, it's all Cortina. They're doing exceptionally well, being beautifully driven and going exceptionally well. And there's the leader, straight on your film now. He's coming down through Murray's, about to come into pit straight, taking it quite easily. The car is motoring beautifully. Here comes the Studebaker. And there's a little Triumph. And here's the second Cortina. This is driven by Leo Geegan. This time it was first driven by his younger brother Ian, and now Leo's at the wheel.
About 300 yards behind the other Cortina.
They're still driving perfectly as a team, the Victorian boys and the New South Welshmen. Here comes the leading Cortina. The dark car right in the middle of the screen. It's coming up the mountain towards the cutting.
The heat build-up is great. more friction with tyre.
Here's a tight shot there now, and Studebaker's just gone out of sight. Oh, somebody in the fence. Must have been close anyhow. Can't see what's happening around there at the moment. Something's happened down there. We get our camera onto it. There they are. They rolled the Volkswagen into the fence, and the driver's all right. He got out okay. Just a little excitement there. They went out of our view around the corner, and he's going to push it back on its feet. Well, he's going to try and get it. He'll probably, if it's all right, he'll try and get in and drive it away, but I don't know whether it's damaged or not at this stage. No, I think he's decided to give it away. Probably 57. We'll check a little later on.
And if he kept consistently bleeding tires,
and that's another car out of the Armstrong 500. And there goes the Cortina down Conrod. Can't see where the other one is, but this one's certainly moving very quickly. We'll see them when they come over the hump. We'll know exactly where. There he comes over the hump now. Coming down the darker car, the second of the two. There he is. And the 13 is just behind him, not very much between it. There are the two Cortinas, 20 gone through, and there goes 13 now. The 20C is holding down his horn, blasts as he goes past. I think he was looking for passing room. He wanted to come round on the outside of the little Morris, but the Morris wasn't giving way. Number 50A, Forrest and Hand driving for Kinsley Motors, has just come into the pits, and can't find the other Cortina. Alan, have you seen it?
It was about 400 or 500 yards ahead of the two of them.
It's in a different lap, of course.
Yes, it's a lap behind, actually, at the moment. We didn't mention, I don't think, at any stage that quite a few of these cars have two-way radio in them today. And they're giving and receiving pit instructions whilst on the job. A new innovation, to my knowledge, never seen or heard of it before in motor racing. And for a race of this calibre, of course, pit instructions are of vital importance.
That's the 7D, that's Jim Wright's Studebaker Lark, the car I mentioned earlier that had 50,000 on the clock before it started in today's event, while almost every other car is brand new. I mention that we only get official positions about every 10 laps for cars in each class. This is all we can get from the control tower. But as we mentioned before, the outright leaders in the event were turning them up. Were number 20, the Cortina, leading from number 13, a Cortina, number 21, a Cortina, and number 23, which is a Holden S4. And what's happened here is a spin out down the bottom there. Number 51.
Same Volkswagen again.
This Mini Minor hit the Volkswagen first, I understand. We weren't watching it just at the time. That's George Reynolds and McEwen doing very well too. And he's running second in his class.
Appears to be all right. Very little damage externally anyway.
The leader in Class C is car number 20, the Cortina GT, driven by Firth and Jane. And in the Class D, number 2, Needham's Motors Studebaker Lark, driven by A. Needham and W. Weldon. The outright leader has covered 72 laps in the event so far, and that's car number 20, the Cortina GT, driven by Firth and Jay. Car number 21, Geegan's car, has just come into the pits just a second or two ago for attention. They've lost a sway bar, and the second one is about to be fitted. But the leaders at the moment, Volkswagen leading in Class A, Cooper leading in Class 2, Morris Cooper in Class 2. On Class C, we have the Cortina leading, and in Class D, the Studebaker Lark. That's the position after 72 laps have been covered. And now with general information, here is Alan Gibbons.
And the Armstrong 500 is certainly now bringing about some casualties. There up on the top of the hill, we see a little miner that went off about 10 or 15 minutes ago. Nobody hurt, but the car's there for the rest of the race. It certainly won't come back. That's number 27, Laurie Stewart and Paul Bolton, who were driving P&R Williams Morris Cooper. No damage to drivers, everything okay. Then, shortly afterwards, Seaton Globe Hotel Albury lost the Holden S4. The Holden S4, which had been doing very well, was in about 5th position, and they lost it coming through the S's, and it is somewhat damaged, but again, the crew perfectly okay. But this is bringing the numbers in the field down. There's about 45, 46 cars still going, and there's 48 laps to go. So what will happen?
Perhaps the highlight of today's Bathurst Armstrong 500 was the thrilling struggle between a Volkswagen and a Morris 850 in the closing stages of the race. Let's follow this battle of wits to its exciting climax.
Watching from over the hump. Here they come, over the hump.
What a race this is, Dick. What a race.
Watch on this corner. Watch the tactics. Listen to those tyres scream. And this time round, it's the Morris 850 in front of the Volkswagen.
There must be 20,000 people up here today, and every one of them is cheering their lungs out as these two cars go around a length or so between them at the very, very most.
Incidentally, we've forgotten altogether about car 20 that's way in the lead, but we'll try and pick it up in a minute. Here he just went past us now, and he has I missed his lap card. 5 laps to go, I think. 4 or 5. Incidentally, car 2D, the Lark is back in the pits with trouble in the front wheel. Let's see how they come up here. It's still the Mini leading from the Volkswagen.
The Mini goes away on the hill, Dick.
Goes
pulls
very well.
right away and pulls away through the bends, and it's only on the long straight and coming into the corners where the Volkswagen apparently picks up the leeway.
No. Oh, there it is, yes. Somebody's got in between. Well, here we are with the cars coming down Conrad again, and the Mini Miner's gone to the front with the car getting in between the Volkswagen, but the Volkswagen's overtaken him, and it's 50 or 60 yards apart now, and the Volkswagen is making up a good deal of ground, pushing that car, Ferguson pushing it along as fast as he can behind the Miner. Look at him, not making up a lot of ground this time, although he has made up some. A bunch of cars just coming over the hump, and we're just waiting for these two to come together.
Now the Volkswagen's picking them up as they come into the braking area.
In the braking area now. On the corner, round the corner.
And number 55 is still in front of
There they are. You can see them both together, looking at them from our camera still from up on the hill. And now they've gone past us here. There they go. Nothing much in it. 55 and 54 locked together. Look how close they are. I'm waiting to see some tactics on the corner. Now he's content to sit in behind him, slipstreaming him.
Did you notice the front wheel of the Volkswagen? They lifted right off the ground as he swung around that hard left-hander.
Now here he goes, chasing him up Mountain Straight into XLB. bend, a hard right-hander before they go up the hill again to Enegol, through the cutting, up through the cutting, then through McPhillamy Park, from McPhillamy Park to Reed Park rather, then from Reed Park on fairly level ground round to McPhillamy Park to Shell Tower, and then almost wheel to wheel they take the S's, the Skyline, the Dipper, and into Forest Elbow, and then the long run down Conrod Straight. It's been very thrilling and very exciting. We'll pick them up again in a minute, but meantime it's back to Murray Corner.
What a climax to a race this is. Here they are, there are the two cars, and there's the Mini still holding the Volkswagen with a Holden on the outside. It looks from here probably getting in the way and causing a little confusion.
And there they go down the hill with Ferguson chasing him, and him much closer this time.
Somebody makes one slight mistake, Dick, it's curtains. These boys are really travelling hard. I'd love to get a time on them down through the flying 8.
Yes, I've been listening to PA to see if they gave a time on these two, but they've really been going together.
I think the officials are too excited over there to even take a time, Dick.
Just watching up over the hump now. Here they come together.
Volkswagen definitely closer this time.
A mistake on the corner, and the other car could be in front.
That Tony Reynolds is certainly losing the valley, but keep on losing it, Tony, because I'm definitely on your
What
side.
do you see? The leader is coming round, and he must have a couple of laps to go. 20C's just gone through, but here are the other two cars. 20C has 2 to go, and there they go, the two cars together, 55 and 54.
28 laps with 2 to go. 2 laps to go.
Oh, a lot of traffic on the corner this time. Oh, a very close vice there for a moment with the, it looks like the Valiant. Yes, it was. And then, oh, on the inside there goes Ferguson in the Volkswagen. He's taken the lead again. There must be only about 1 or 2 laps to go. I'm not sure in all the excitement. I've lost count.
2 laps to go, Dick. 2 laps to go.
And there's the Valiant pushing these two. This is going to be interesting. It could split them up.
And the Volkswagen is slightly in front now. This is unusual because it's on the hills that the Minor has excelled. There goes the Valiant past the through of them.
You mean through the two of them?
Ah, dear. And the Mini Minor now takes a clear lead. He's a good 3 lengths now in front of the Volkswagen. We'll just wait to pick them up.
Waiting with him now. He's coming down Conrod. Coming down Conrod. There he is. Number 20C. I think he has 1 lap to go. Alan, are you?
Yes, 1 lap to go. Dick will be right. Where are the little cars?
Yes, that's right. Where are the little cars?
And here they are.
And now here's the leader anyhow. Here's 20C coming into the corner now. There he is.
And the consul for Peter car number 20.
And here are the little cars right behind him. We'll get the flag. What's he giving? That's it, he's giving it to him. That's the winning. That's the winner. And the little cars right behind. Here they come. There's Bill Ford. No. And what's happened to 50? Crash on the corner, I think. Yes, it's 55. The little car that was dicing all the time with Bill Ford.
Thanks down in front of the Volkswagen. We'll just wait to pick them up.
Waiting with him now. He's coming down Conrod. Coming down Conrod. There he is. Number 20C. I think he has 1 lap to go. Alan, are you?
Yes, 1 lap to go. Dick will be right. Where are the little cars?
Yes, that's right. Where are the little cars?
And here they are.
And now here's the leader anyhow. Here's 20C coming into the corner now. There he is.
And the consul for Peter car number 20.
And here are the little cars right behind him. We'll get the flag. What's he giving? That's it, he's giving it to him. That's the winning. That's the winner. And the little cars right behind. Here they come. There's Bill Ford. No. And what's happened to 50? Crash on the corner, I think. Yes, it's 55, the little car that was dicing all the time with Bill Ford. Now, what a tragedy that was. The driver's all right as he gets out, but what a tragedy they weren't able to finish the race together, Alan.
He crashed 100 yards from the finish. 100 yards from the finish and the last turn of 500 miles.
Well, you wouldn't read about it. I suppose this is just a momentary relapse, or what's the word I want? Relaxation of concentration at the end of a great race.
And what do you know? They're going to put it back on its wheels. He's in the car. He's trying to start it because if he can push it over the line or drive it over the line, he'll get a place in. And he's able to.
He's able to. Yes, it started. Oh, do you want to see? Everybody's shouting and excited round the corner, round the pits, and the crowd themselves. He'll get.
Here he comes now.
Come in with him. Let's see him. A wonderful effort and one of the best drives we've seen. Look. Well, he's taken it off the track. It's coming in under its own power. That's all that's necessary. And applause from the crowd. He picked up his co-driver. The co-driver's got in with him. The two of them are coming in together. Coming in together in 55. A wonderful race between 55 and 54. And they've crossed the line. And Bill Reynolds there giving him a toot as he went past in 16C. And, well, that was... come on, Alan.
I would say, Dick, that was probably the most sensational finish to any motor race ever in Australia.
Ferrari, the world's best sports car. First, second, third at Le Mans, France. Ferrari sports cars racing on Super Shell with metal benzene have taken the honors again all over Europe. Signor Ferrari races his cars on Super Shell with metal benzene. Give your car the benefit of metal benzene. It's in Super Shell from the white pump at any Shell station.
Supercool Armstrong shock absorbers for double the miles of safe, shock-free motoring.
You've just seen recorded highlights from the 1963 Armstrong 500, compiled by the Channel 7 Sporting Service.